All right, today is Monday, the 13th of February, and this is my yoga practice. Starting off with a forward fold, a quick forward fold, just enough to get some space between the neck, or the vertebrae, and the neck, spine, and back. I gotta pop out of the low back, so we'll do the low back first. And the neck a little bit, a couple small pops. We go. Next up, downward facing dog. 13th, so left shoulder towards the camera. There we go. Alright, so downward facing dog. Hands about shoulder width apart. Feet about hips width apart. Maybe a little wider, maybe up the shoulders. Heel the hands into the earth. Keep the hands from sliding. And then right now I kind of got the balls of the feet in the earth. And stretch those arms. Articulate the back. Articulate the spine. Feel that. Straighten and lengthen the spine. That, then slowly, actually even before that, you can start to relax the ankles a little bit, start to feel the Achilles right on the back of the heel, or just above the back of the heel. And then slowly start to straighten the legs, or maybe even just think about straightening the legs. You might not really straighten the legs, but you might start putting some a little bit of conscious effort towards straightening the legs. You can keep the pelvis where it is, the same rotation of the pelvis, and you think about and slowly, gently try to straighten the legs a little bit and maintain the straightness of the back and the rotation of the pelvis. And just relax. Feel the body. Can't breathe through the nose. Not always the easiest pose to breathe through the nose, especially that's kind of one of almost the first pose of the day. The sinuses aren't usually quite up to it yet. Yeah, inhale's not quite working, but exhale's there. Equal parts inhale and exhale. Feel those hamstrings when you try to straighten the quads, or try to engage the quads, straighten the legs a little bit, start to feel the hamstrings. And there we go, that's that. Pop the right big toe, maybe the wrists up, both the wrists pop a little bit. There we go, pop the knees a little bit. Oh, got the right knee, left knee's not popping. Alright, next up, upward facing dog. Alright, trying to get the best positioning in order to get the transition to upward facing dog. So I've got this cool, fun, awesome transition. And we got the timer started. Alright. So bend the elbows, get the elbows into, there's a pectoral muscle, then there's the rib cage, right? And how it kind of rounds out. That's where the elbows go in. Is right where the rib cage is rounding out, that's where the elbow kind of goes towards the inside of. Yeah, I'm a guy, so I don't have other stuff in the way on the chest, but you kind of make do, right? So elbows on the rib cage. Oh, look at that! Can see the whole thing, and look at that. I am actually holding it. go. Wow. That takes lots of effort. Surprise, surprise, right? You get another 2 minutes on the downward facing dog. Although it's quite an interesting pose, right? Because you clearly have to use the back, right? To keep things straight. And that's what I'm selling out towards, right? I'm trying to keep the back straight and actually even do a little bit of posterior flex on the back when I'm holding that. But at the same time, you have to engage the abs, I just found out, as support muscles to keep all that in a good spot, to keep everything happy. Which is fascinating. It's interesting. Very cool pose. Oh yeah, and on top of all that, you're balancing, right? And yeah, since you've got everything kind of locked down, right? You've got the chest on the elbows. You kind of have to control the center of mass, right? So you have to control the front to back, like longitudinal, like far forward, back. You have to control that using just your hands, and then of course my hands are flipped backwards, which probably actually helps for that pose a little bit. Yeah, it does, because I know I have to lean forward actually when I'm doing that pose. So my forearm is probably not perpendicular to the earth. It's probably leaning forward in that pose. So that's pretty cool. Cool stuff. And yeah, I've been talking, but I've also got the low back in a good spot. It did take it a bit. I did like it at first. It took it maybe, 30 seconds before the low back really got into a good spot. But it's good now. And I have done the cool transition back out, but the wrists aren't quite up to that all the time. I think it's a little too much to do that in and out every time, because it does put a lot of effort on the wrist. So I think we'll probably build up just doing that on one side instead of both sides for the time being. Alright, so that was our upward facing dog, which is our starter to our back bends. So next up, back bends. Yay, back bends. Fairly cool transition to the back bend. Let's see. Yeah, should be. Oh, look at that. I think I'm fully in frame. Cool stuff. So to get started on the back bend, I like to do fish pose. So for fish pose, I grab the thigh, lift out of the crown of the head. Alright, so this is kind of a baby fish pose right here. And you want to arch the spine as much as you can. Bring the hands up. Don't, instead of pointing the hands, right, you take the hands down, right, even though you're lifting the arms up, and then you lift the legs up, and then you gotta scoot the glutes a little bit, and there you go, fish pose. And it takes lots of effort, lots of ab work, and then lift that up, wheel pose, yay, wheel pose. I need to go, what direction do I need to go? I need to go that way. There we go. And then that did not feel good on the left wrist. So I'll just hold this for a little bit. Got the heels stabbed into the earth on the feet. To keep the feet from sliding. Feel the stretch. And relax. See how long we can hold it. And the more I straighten the arms, the more I feel a stretch on the armpits, amazingly enough. And I think that's it for today. Alright. Put a spin up. Timer ready. Next up. Alright, so now Forward fold, I'll just move towards the floor practice. Real forward fold this time. This time I hold it. Yeah, left shoulder. Right. Let's get in frame. There we go. So at the beginning of the practice, I do a quick forward fold. Just to get some space between the vertebrae. Because I'm doing this basically right after I wake up. And the neck and the spine, there might be a few pops in the neck and spine. I like to get those out first because that allows me to use the back a little bit more. But this forward fold, I'm holding for the full 3 minutes on my timer. So I can feel some growth. Whereas the first forward fold, yeah, that's it. It's just popping the back, popping the vertebrae. Just relax. Relax the upper body. Try to let the upper body dangle. But I'm actually trying to actively rotate the pelvis a little more. Yeah, in this pose I can breathe through the nose. Whereas my downward facing dog, I wasn't quite able to breathe through the nose. So that's interesting. Maybe it's just because I'm a little further into the practice. There we go. I can get the forehead to the shins, but it's not sustainable. It does take effort too. So just relax. Feel the body. Let the spine lengthen. 8 seconds. And that's that. Oh, look at that. I got a viewer. Awesome. Kara Pakuth. Alright, thanks for watching. Next up, first forward folds out of the floor practice. Yay, floor practice. So, the big guns, the stuff a lot of people probably get freaked out by. Today's the 13th, so left leg first. Quick half lotus forward fold. Just to feel that. Loosen up actually the right hamstring a little bit. Left hip. Not so much, not for me. This opens up the left hip a little bit, shin to chest. Brothers more, foot to chest. Alright, and then back to the earth. Foot back to the chest. There we go. Open the hip even more. Shin to chest. Careful with the left hip, because the muscle has to slide back and forth over the bone as you either bring the foot in or the shin into the chest. And then, alright, the big boy, get that foot on. Every day, can we see the foot? A little bit, right? So there's my toe. Yeah, toe line that, right? Every day, the thighs tighten up, and even though I've got the flexibility now, kind of more or less, a little bit on the more side as compared to the less side, thighs still don't like getting into this position. because it is super intense. And it constricts the blood flow. And if you're not chill, right, the body will start to freak out. So you just gotta chill and relax. Feel the stretch. Yeah, because as I pull back on the neck, it enhances the sensation a little bit on the left thigh. But honestly, at this point, it doesn't feel like it's the stretch of the muscle is the limiting factor. It's more the amount of constriction of the blood flow is kind of a limiting factor, because it doesn't like it. Because blood flow is already constricted, right? So blood's piling up, and then you pull on it even more, it constricts even more, right? So this blood that's been piling up in there has got to find some place to go, because you're like a washcloth, right? You're constricting it even more. So just relax. Relax the abs, relax the right shoulder, relax the left arm, and we're already done. Look at that. There we go. Oh yeah, by the way, every day the body's different. Some days you are more flexible than other days. And you can never tell which days you're going to be more flexible or not. Now, if you do certain things the night before, yeah, sure, you can tell you're probably not going to be that flexible the next day, though the body may surprise you. Go, start opening that right hip. Foot to chest. Take this down. Left hip is still a little tender from foot going behind the head. Just gotta watch out for that shin to chest. There we go. On the other side, yeah, I just kind of pulled the hand in. And there we go. There we go. That is the foot behind the head, and we've got about 2 minutes to chill out. And usually on this, what will happen is the first side really kind of freaks out a little bit, again because of the blood flow constriction, mostly, not because of a lack of flexibility. But then once you get used to it on that first side, the second side, the body doesn't freak out as much. It's still just as tense, you're still constricting the blood flow in the right thigh, but that initial shock to the body of, hey, we don't do this very often, is not present. Hey, there's toe. Yeah. That's the foot behind there. Hey, oh, you can see my heel. Look at that. That's my heel. Very cool. See more of the foot on this side. Fascinating. And just chill out for another minute. Let's stretch on the right thigh. And again, that not so comfortable sensation of trying to enhance the stretch. I'm starting to say it a little more frequency that eventually I'm going to start getting both feet behind the head. So we'll see. Maybe next week. Alright, I can probably go ahead and do it now. But I didn't do it on the first side. Alright, so I'm not going to do it on the second side without doing it on the first side. Number one. And, you kind of go slow, right? Doing this stuff every day. So I've always got tomorrow, the next day, the day after. Let's try something a little bit different. And that's usually one of the keys. Once you find a good rhythm on a practice, just kind of stick with that. Alright. So that is hip openers. Now we do hamstrings, hamstring focus. 13th, so left leg stretches first. Alright, try to feel my left glute, the left pelvis, all that. Try to go to jelly so the forehead comes down. Look at that. Got the forehead down. Now we enhance. And then bring this back over towards the left leg. Left side, usually not as easy as my right side. Still feel that pelvis a little bit, but the pelvis isn't as much of an annoyance as it has been historically. Here's at the top of the pelvis and some pretty sharp sensations getting into this pose. Doesn't seem to be there quite as much, so the body is apparently getting used to it. Or I'm just getting better at it, telling the body what to do, right? And so whenever you do start doing deep stretches, right, it's just a negotiation with the body, right? It's like, hey, let's try to do this. You ask the body, right? Can we do this today? And the body gives you an answer. Yeah, we can do that. Maybe not. And always respect the body. And then learning how to respect the body, that's one of the more important things. That's why you start off slow, you practice it every day. That way you get to learn the sensations of the body. What it can and cannot handle. Relax the right shoulder. Feel the left shoulder go towards the earth. Twist the left arm a little bit. Manipulate the ball inside the socket for the left shoulder. Seconds left. Feel the breath as it slides in and out of the body. And that's it for that side. Yes, that is an awesome stretch. Really hits that thigh and the shoulder. Very cool. Yeah, once you can get there, right? Alright, next side. And the right side. Generous reception, let's squirt the hips, the shoulders with the right leg. Bring this down. Let the glutes and the hamstring go to jelly. Pelvis and spine as best as you can. There we go. And then when you see me pause like that, right? That's me negotiating with the body, right? It's like, I want to do this. Can we do this? Yes or no? All right. So slow down. Try it again. If the answer is no, that's okay. I respect that. Then maybe we'll try it a little bit different way. Try something just a hair different. And relax. There we go. A little bit of a pop in the right shoulder. So just twisting the right arm towards the earth. And there we go. And then you can use the heels to kind of control the positioning of the right thigh. So I'm manipulating the left foot, right? Rotating the left foot up and down. And with that, I can actually manipulate a little bit of the positioning of the right thigh on the earth. So I don't want the earth to be tugging on the thigh, right? I want the earth, or the thigh, to be resting on the earth to be pushing into the thigh. So that's what creates a lot of the stretch here, is just the earth pushing into the right thigh. And then relax the left shoulder, relax all the support muscles in the left shoulder. Keep the grip on the left hand, but relax the muscles higher up in the arm. So relax the biceps and triceps, relax the deltoid, and then all the muscles around the rib cage. And just feel that pose. Feel that lovely stretch on the right thigh. And the left rib cage. I think when I first started this, the left rib cage was kind of a limiting factor. Feeling a stretch on the kind of where the floating ribs are right now on the left side. And that's only on this side. On the opposite side, right, when I'm going to the other leg, and I'm stretching out the right rib cage, I don't feel that as a limit. Whereas this side, right, the left side's a little bit of a limiting factor, or shall we say, more limiting than the other side. All right, so that is that. Awesome. Clear that, start that. Next up is wide splits. All right, so let's get back towards the camera, see what's going on. Take this down. Careful when you roll over the pelvis, especially when you are a guy. There we go. Look at that. Can I? Oh. Almost. Oh, there we go. Exactly perfect. Touch the toes. That's not really what I'm looking for, but hey, I can. Because if I really want to grab the toes, right, then I can lay the legs further up, but that's not a big deal for me today. On the legs side of things, this is more just maintenance pose. Alright, left arm first. So, get that left arm stretch, and then take that right arm behind the back. Reach that right hand towards the scapula. And find a spot and relax. I'm just trying to work the right arm up on the back, and I can feel this is a stretch on the ball and socket joint on the right shoulder. I really don't feel that much of a stretch on the left shoulder. When I first started doing this, like my left arm, right, that was a big stretch. I wasn't used to that when I first started doing this, but now I'm kind of used to it. But the right shoulder, that's got some room to grow. Alright, because I want to be able to get the fingertips all the way up to the neck. But the right shoulder is the limiting factor right now. And I need to do the other side. Remember the other side. Because this is primarily a leg stretch, right? And I'm just adding an arm stretch on top of that. So, yeah, the left hand can already kind of get, it can get a vertebrae or so higher and can much more easily hit the left scapula. But still, when I relax the left arm, after sneaking it up there, I should feel on the outside of the left elbow where it's feeling sensation as compared to the ball and socket joint of the shoulder. So still room to work on the left side. All right, zipping through this practice. Last pose, is handstand. Wonderful, awesome handstand. So get the hands to the earth, about shoulder width apart. And then I'm gonna get up into a starter pose, get my feet to the floor, and then after that, hopefully I can do a little bit of a handstand today. Yesterday went kind of nuts. I tried to move the hands a little bit, right? More as a balance, to try and maintain balance, but yeah, it wasn't quite working. You can check it out on yesterday's video. There we go, so that's starter pose. And then lift the hips up. Come on, balance, balance, use the fingers and heel of the hand. Yeah, fingertips and the heel of the hand are what are providing balance. I'm actually kind of pulsing the fingertips. Oh, balance. Balance. Oh, no balance. All right. Well, that is that for today. Good stuff. Thanks for watching. Fun practice today. Always good stuff. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and have fun.